right, look who I found.
It's magic.
Yay! So this is Bryce. You guys know him. He's been on my channel. He's on my Instagram. Bryce is still a little sore. This is Sunday. I'm filming this Sunday. He ran yesterday. We just got back yesterday. But I really wanted to get this out to you guys. So these are our medals. So Bryce did the Donald Duck, which is the 13, and then I did the mini, which is the 10K. So how was it? Oh, and this is his shirt. Donald Duck. So I did end up running a PR for my 10K, which is super exciting because I was able to put that in for the Star Wars half marathon, which we will be running in April.
Which I need to do still.
Which you need to do still. The cutoff day for that, guys, is the 19th. So just remember that. It's the 19th. And once they cut it off, you are in the last corral.
Like me.
Versus in the last corral for this because we forgot to put a time in. Make sure that you guys are ready for these races. They're super fun. They're absolutely amazing. But Florida is crazy and you never know the weather. You can never know what it's going to be. So I'm preparing for cold because last year the princess was freezing. So I'm basing my costumes around the fact that it might be cold and rainy because I want to wear them this year. Last year I couldn't, and I also had the flu. So one of the #1 questions I get, which is about spectating. So I found my calling, and it's spectating. So being a spectator is really interesting, especially if your family is going to be a spectator. Now, I know that there's a lot of you that are going to be doing the princess. Now, the princess and the Walt Disney World half marathon are the same exact course. So Bryce has done the princess and he knows some of the spots, and then I did it this year. So the first thing that I'm going to say, if you are a spectator, is get coffee. You guys are not going to be saying goodbye like right there, and then you're going to go into your corral and have this like magical moment where like the person sees you off. If you're doing the half marathon, you have to like go in the back and you have to go through woods.
I was in corral O. Where was it at? Corral O. I didn't put a time in. The only corral after me was P. The race started at 5:30. My corral did not leave till 6:30.
Accurate.
I was standing in the corral for an hour before like I even started the race.
Yes. So I would say I like being there. I don't mind standing there because you have to move through things, so you are walking. But it's good to like sit and warm up, you know, it's fun. In the corrals is fun, they play music. So you're gonna be going to corral. Your family members are going to be somewhere else, right? So where the best spectating spots are is once your family members leave, they always have characters. So they have princesses or the princess. This time, because it was Walt Disney World, they had Daisy, Chip and Dale, Dopey, and Pluto. So they were all standing there, and once all the runners leave, it's like,
let's go stand.
Let's go take pictures with the characters. So I made a sign and I had a cowbell. My sign, if you guys didn't see on my Instagram, said, "Your legs hurt because you're kicking ass, fault." Get it? So it was really funny because I'm going to insert a picture right here. So this is Dopey holding my sign. I didn't ask him to hold my sign, but he grabbed my sign for me. The Disney cast member had to crop out the word ass because Dopey was holding it.
Did he actually go in and crop it?
No, he had to zoom in.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he like took it later and was like, okay, I cropped that out.
No, he had to zoom in. So, which was really hilarious. I felt like a little Disney rebel, which is so funny. But they had food trucks there, which were really great. So we had some breakfast. And then we actually watched they have a jumbo screen. And you can watch as your people leave the corral. I ended up seeing Bryce on the jumbo screen, which was super cool.
You can't miss me.
Yeah. Make sure that your people sign up for runner tracking. You can do that by going on rundisney.com. And there is something that says spectators. And you click on that, and then there's runner tracking. It's a text message thing. Super easy. If your family goes to the expo with you, you can also sign up there. They also have runner tracking there where you just enter the name in on a computer. And you can track the people that you love. Your family members can, see what's going on. You can also put in yourself. I have put in myself before because I like to know when my times are being shown, so I can have like a record of that before it goes on the rundisney.com website. So you can do runner tracking, absolutely do it. I got a text message that said Bryce had started. crossed over the start hub and went off. So the first place that you can go to once they go down Osceola Parkway, they head to the Magic Kingdom. So the first place is going to be the Ticket and Transportation Center. So you get on the monorail and you ride that over to the Ticket and Transportation Center. And it's really cool because you actually can see the runners below. And I think one time you guys saw me and we waved. It was you and Alex and Dave, I think. And we saw you guys. Yeah, it was the first
princess.
Yeah. Which was, that was like the coolest thing ever. Mm-hmm. I saw you guys on the monorail. And that will take you right there. So you get off the Ticket and Transportation Center and there's not a lot of room.
Well, if you move further down, there is.
Yeah, if you move further down, but like right in that one particular area, it's like super, super crowded. So we went in there and Bryce had no idea that we were going to be there.
You didn't. You told me you weren't going to be there.
Yeah, I said I wasn't going to be there. And you can meet them there. And we had our sign and we had the cowbell and it was super fun. So something I love about being a spectator is that you can not only cheer on the person that you're cheering for, but you actually can cheer on everybody else. And I know that from running, you need those people. You need the people that are yelling at you saying, hey, you can do this. You got this. So I was yelling like random things like Ryan Gosling is at the finish line with free puppies. If Brittany can make it through 2007, you can make it through this race. I was yelling super random crap, but it was because it was super fun. And I was saying, shake it off like Taylor Swift, let it go like Elsa. It was so much fun. So he waved at us. It's a super congested area, but he did see us, which was fun. And then right from there, we ran back on the monorail and went to Magic Kingdom. So when you go to the Magic Kingdom, it's really cool because you get to just like go in to the Magic Kingdom
without
and you're like, without paying. So you go in and it was super neat because it was all decorated for Christmas time. They still had all the trees up, the decorations, and the castle was lit up, which was absolutely incredible. So here is a tip. When you go into the Magic Kingdom, everybody wants to be like right at the front, right? So you come in a back lot and everyone wants to be like right there. But if you go farther down to where the castle is, it opens up like quite a bit more, which is like where you guys were too.
For the princess,
Yeah. So Bryce was in a further back corral, which means that a lot of the crowd had left. Now I was in a middle corral last year, and so it was harder for him to get through. So he goes kind of in the back. I am particularly loud, so people will move so that I don't yell in their ear. Blessing and a curse. Then the next mile is going to be at mile 12. Mile 12.
Well, I'll say that if there are places to stop along where the hotels are at. So where the Grand Floridian is and the Polynesian, there are technically places there to stop.
But you technically have to be staying there.
You technically have to. You could be in a car and then someone drop you off in that area, but technically you have to be staying at those resorts to be in there. I was actually surprised to see as many people in that area as there was. There was quite a few people at the hotels that were cheering people on.
When you go to Epcot, when you're on your way back to the finish line, you kind of have to make a choice. So you're either going to choose to be at that finish line, or you're going to choose to go to mile 12 and then be at that finish line. It just depends on what you need as a runner and what your family wants to do. I know for me that the finish line is one of those things where it's kind of like a moment between you and yourself. Like, it's like, this is it. Like, you are ready. It is me. I am doing this. I am almost there. And you just want to get to the finish line and cross that finish line so you can stop running.
It's true.
And so you can get your box of food and a banana. So...
In the middle.
In the middle. Oh, yeah, the middle. Duh. So mile 12 is in the parking lot, the Discover parking lot. And it's like when you come into Epcot, you have just finished Hell Miles, which is... Bryce says 7 through 10. Mine is 8 and 9. You're on Osceola Parkway, and it's terrible.
Mine's bigger.
Yeah, I'll link all my videos, my princess videos below, so you guys can see that I talk about those miles in those videos. But when they're coming through, there's so much space. And then we went to the finish line, and it was... we stood in this like really tiny place. There's like a million places that you can go, but we stood in this really tiny place, and I saw him, but only for like a hot second. So that was it. Other questions that I've gotten from you guys have really been about registering. So registering for a Disney World race or a Disneyland race is very nerve-wracking. It is unbelievable because you are trying so hard to get in. So here are my tips. Number one, pick the race that you want to do. Know exactly how much it is, how much you're going to need, and when the signups are. Signups are always at noon. They're always at noon unless they change it, but they're always at noon. Once it becomes about 11:30, you need to start getting all of your stuff ready. If you have 2 or more people that you are wanting to run, you need to have separate machines. Do not do it on one machine because it'll kick you out of the queue and put you right back in. I've seen it where it's a little different now on how they're doing it, which is really good, but the systems are still crashing. I found that the best way to get into that line is to not go to Run Disney, but to go to Twitter, and there's a direct link. Who knew? So I would absolutely do that. No, just like I said, know it. Make sure you have an active account already. Sign up. Just go to active.com. You can make an account right there because they're going to ask you to sign into it. It's an active partners with Disney for everything. So make sure that you have that and just know what race you want to sign up for. That's the biggest one. If you're
an annual member or a seasonal pass holder, I mean, you can sign up a week ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. And there's like very little spots, but it's a nice like extra boost to have. So just remember, if you are wanting to do any kind of challenge, be on there, because once one of the races sells out, the challenge is sold out. Especially, I know that for Star Wars, it's really interesting because the half marathon still hasn't been sold out, but the 10K sold out very fast, so that Rebel challenge like gone, just out the window. So just so that you guys know, that is the biggest thing. Just know what you want to do because there are a lot of people. These races house 25,000 upwards of runners. And so you just need to make sure that you know what you want to do. And when you get on there, I mean, like, it's serious business. I feel like I'm talking about serious crap, but it's serious. So that's really it, I think, for this video. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know. All right, so it's gonna be hard to hear me because we are standing at the Ticket and Transportation Center. We are ready to cheer on Brycey. This is Christian, you guys recognize him?
Hi!
And there they all are. I'm so excited. This is the first time that I'm actually spectating. And it was awesome this morning. We got to see Bryce off. I made a sign. I'll show you what it says in a minute. There's all the runners. Yeah, we got a cowbell! Wow!
Are those runners with cowbells? Yes.
I don't know where we're going.
I don't know.
I don't know how you get down there. I don't think you can get down there before. That's right, we'll go right here. All right, we're gonna do this. Let me see if I can flip it. Good job, guys! Woo-hoo! We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we are at Magic Kingdom, and I'm tripping, and we are going to spectate by the castle. Yeah! And we got our sign, and we got all of our stuff. We gotta find a spot, which is hard, because there's a lot of people, so there it is. I'm pretty sure the castle is lit up. It is! Oh, it's so beautiful. Hold on. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, Kristen! This is so amazing. I'm so happy. Oh. Woo! Good job, guys! Good job! right, we are at the end of the race.
sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
Backwards.
And Bryce will be crossing in a little bit, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around, and hopefully we'll see him. I don't see him.
Show the pictures of everybody else.
Bryce!